pitch of the jib is a little, got to see if the jib's luffing at the top. She's actually been pretty fast. See if she's, yeah, she's luffing at the top and not the bottom. These guys are big guys. All 29er teams, all these kids are on the youth national team for 29ers, so they don't train in these boats much. Had a nice little upwind speed test together. It's really important to establish partners that you can rely on. Be quick about things, get sailing. It's 11:25, the start's in a half an hour. Perry series number 4. So this, at the end of this, they'll be up to 40 something races for the series. Our top team is these guys. They're in 8th right now. They have a chance at like 6th. They were 4th last year, but again, these teams all train 29ers full time. They don't do 420s very much. So they're doing good. We got the come within hail flag here, right there. And that means come within hail of the race committee boat. It also means check in. You should check in every single day you ever sail. You can sail by the race committee boat on starboard tack and say, good morning. And they say, oh, you don't need to check in. You say, fine, I'm just saying hi. But every day you should be in the habit. That way you never forget. Great race committee from San Diego Yacht Club. Almost all volunteer race committee workforce in San Diego Yacht Club. And we're off Coronado for the last 8 races of the May Ferry series in Southern California. So these are the best teams in the state of California, best sailors. They're all mostly sophomores, juniors, and seniors. P-flag, probably a general recall. There's very little current. The starting line is very close to lining up with the channel buoy out there, so you could use that as a safe line side, but very unlikely in the Perry that we're going to get a start off with a P-flag, which is okay. Race 1, the race committee is going to do their thing, and that way they'll go to EU flag right away next. So this will be probably a practice start. We got a bunch of teams out here. I think we got a total of 11 boats with sailors from our club. It's about 6, 7, 8 knots max. Now, if you see boats tacking onto port and able to have a good angle up to the line on port, then you know the pin is favored. This will be a general recall for sure. These guys are already over. That's okay. That's the way this fleet works. None of them are willing to get a bad start. Should have been 2 sound signals. Yeah. Cool. Now you practice speed. Look for the wind. It is very light. You're looking for white cap.
We AP at the last minute. A little bit general recall, but there was an AP. We have to.
Hindsight could possibly be the Eric Hallbeck, our junior director, sitting out there. He's not anchored, but you can see how he's holding position outside. You can at least line the pin up with that coach boat, and you'll be within a boat length and a half of the line. I don't think we're going to get a start off here again. P-flag, I just don't think it can happen. The line is actually pretty square. I think everybody thinks the wind is stronger outside. Almost everybody has practiced, and that's what it's been. It's been stronger out there with more white caps and less white caps over here. But if you look out there, there's white caps out there. Yeah, general. We're off. Race 1. This is race something like 37 for the series. These are the highest level sailors in California. These are all sophomores, juniors, and seniors mostly. We have middle schoolers for our program, but not many people are sending middle schoolers out there. We just train them up in a Naples Saddle, which is an ideal boat to transition to a C420. They're both pigs. Yeah, so he let that go. See how many he caught. We have several boats out, and we'll figure them out as we go along. Race 1, course 1, I bet, which is a windward leeward, windward finish on a little dog leg after the gates. Race 1, watching the top of the fleet. 76 is hike mode. The wind has dropped a little here. Everybody's in hike mode now. There have been some people trapping. I'm really learning that these guys are really working the boats hard and playing the main sheets quite hard, actually. Unfortunately, I don't see any of our kids near the top. I don't see a single one. So I think a lot of these other teams are really up to speed. I think they've been really working hard at it. And they're definitely playing the main sheet quite aggressively. Looking at boom heights, everybody looks like their booms are quite high. So they're in the rake forward mode. Leaders of race 1, they have the pole kind of high because the spinnaker's easy to fly, so they have the pole raised up. These guys are about the same. Pumping once per wave. Yeah. When he heels to leeward, he lets the boat head up a little bit. Center boards are up, so the boat's a little bit rocky. If the boat's not rocking at all, your board's too low, probably. It's kind of, I mean, that's hard to call. That changes in all conditions. Right now, the swells are kind of side swells, but yeah, the boat should actually be tippy because your board is up. So, race 1 coming to the leeward mark. I'm a little, I haven't seen a ferry without a gate before. Oh, that's right, they're going to the finish. That's right, they're just gonna do one lapper for the first race. Yeah, you see how everybody's spread out that far even on a one lapper. So they just get one lapper out of the way. And there we go, cool, I like that. That way, race 2, everybody's closer and we don't do a big 2-lapper with people way back. So we're looking, you know, tough fleet, 40 boats, probably 16th here on Kevin and Holland. They had a rough start. They had to do a couple tacks, got pinballed a little bit. Right now, they're just in a tough spot. So I can't really compare them to the leaders. They look the same. He should be sitting forward. Or the crew, that's why the crew sits right at the shroud, so the skipper doesn't have to worry about sitting as far forward. But you always have to be careful of not dragging the stern on this big. Yeah. So the crew is right forward. Here's Olympia and Maribel. I think she has the pole too far forward. But everybody's struggling here and she's sailing extra low. She's just soaking. Probably because she's slowing down. Unfortunately, the purple boat's going to come shooting in here. Oh yeah, look at it, Maribel. Switch the pole. Yeah, switch the pole before the jibe. Look at that. That was a really good move. Yeah, one lappers are tough. I'm the one who suggested it because
So what I'm noticing with Kylie and Bella right now is that every time they hit a swell, their kite is collapsing. I think they should heat it up a little bit and pull back or heat it up, I guess. We just wanted to run that by you. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll talk to them.
yeah, so you notice what's happening to them is the spinnaker's getting behind the mainsail too much. I think they're heeled to leeward a little too much, so that's rocking the spinnaker to leeward of the mainsail also. I'm gonna have them sail flatter. Sorry, I've got a big mess back here. So I didn't really get any good video here. Oh wow, that's surprising. Into race 2, that boat is going parallel to the line right there, that guy. And his main is out a long way and it's not luffing. I think he's below a beam reach. So that's my first clue that maybe the pin is not favored. I see 9701 reaching upwind and easily would be ahead of anybody. I think the boat is favored and we only have the P flag. So that means everybody's gonna park up there. Coming into race 2, day 1. It's a very strong fleet. These kids sail 3, 4, 5 days a week. They're traveling to regattas all over the country. Several of them. At least 20 of these teams went to the East Coast for the Midwinters East. 13 of those made it in the top 20 in the 160 boat fleet, which I think I already said. But you can tell they're a pretty good fleet. The boat is favored. Look at the P flag blowing not perpendicular to the starting line. So that's another indicator. Oh wow, look at Kylie, 9310. They just made the 29er youth national team. 9307, they also made the 29er youth national team. These guys don't train in 420s very much. We're gonna have to train a little more though. We're getting a little schooled. I mean, this is really aggressive. Look at these really talented teams barging over here. 7637, 11 is, they were the top female team last year, and I think they were 3rd overall. I think they're same top 3 again for this year. Boat 11, they're just in the barging spot. There's no current at all. You can't really do it. Nice job, Kylie, 9310. The Borellis are in trouble here. Another 29er national team, the Borellis, 145. They won the Ida Lewis double-handed women's nationals in 29er. This is fun. See, this is it. This is where you really grow up. I mean, it is just a dogfight. Oh, clear! Yeah! Now you keep sailing and keep sailing and just practice. Check your sails. Make sure you're happy with your bang setting. Look at the wind on the water right now. It looks like we're at 9 knots. Tiny little white caps, maybe 10 knots up there. So yeah, nice. It's a really hard day. You can see the wind out there. And then look where I am, just freaking glass again. The wind just jumps up here. It's just amazing. San Diego is such a hard venue. It just vanishes. There's wind right up there, and where I am is just glassy. So you have to see this stuff. You can use a line sight looking back the other way. I'm not super good at it. I really have to practice it. But I'll set a line sight off the bow of the boat. So I'd go off the tallest peak building. I would line up with the pin. I would line up the tallest peak building, that one right there. I'd line that up with the flag buoy, and that would put me just below the line. So you can use a line sight looking that way. Okay, I think this start might happen actually. And again, you got to start looking up when there is a ton of wind right there, and hopefully it's still there. Here come the Nyan Heights brothers, 49ers. The wind looks strong out here. We're coming up on 1 minute. The wind still looks light at the starting area. They did move the pin up a lot. I look at 8228. Oh, he just went down. I think the line looks pretty square to the wind. I didn't think that guy looked incredibly lifted or incredibly headed. Again, you can use this boat as some sort of line sight, right? He's not anchored. But if you line the pin up with some part of his boat, you're probably close enough to the line. And if he's way behind, if you see him way behind the pin, then you're off the line. Oh, he pushed it just a little too early. Yeah. Oh no, that was good. It all depends on if there's current or not. See how he scallops down, and then he lets it sail up. See how he doesn't scull both ways? X flag. You look back and you see the X flag up right in there. Nice. Uh-oh, Kevin might have got it. So you're going to see how hard these sailors are working. Yeah. Usually the crew's head is further out than the skipper's. And I think you're going to see our teams aren't able to hike like this because they're going a little too high. There's Oscar 9319. Good job. 9309 is Sean Caseberg. Good job. And August. Yeah, see her working it? Nice. That's because of the swells. You're gonna get a light spot, then a puff, 9306, much better start this time. 145, okay, not as good a start. Oh good, 1813, Ben and Will. They're another 29er team, brother team. So Will Skipper's the 29er, Ben Cruz in the 29er. In the 420, Ben Skippers and Will Cruz. He could use more wind for cheese. 1813. Nice, better start that time. Oh my God, their last start was horrible. There's Anton there, 7682. He won the Perry Series last year. Okay, beautiful. Race 2. Race 2. Northwest wind. Textbook says race to the right. And that's what these teams are doing. So, getting a little choppier now. And again, we just got to work on our physical, working the boat and playing the main sheet. They're very steady on the tiller. It's a big rudder, so they're trying not to steer too hard. And they barely let it climb up. And they stay pressed and just play the main sheet really well. Kylie and Bella, 9310, looking like they're doing good. It's hard to get top 15 in this fleet, although we have to believe we can do top 10s. It's a talented fleet. You know, even a freshman against juniors and seniors, 2 more years in this fleet is so much experience. You know, they have 80 more races than you. When they're a junior and you're a freshman, look at that, dude. They might be better than top 20. They just look outstanding. Nice mainsail way out there. The far guy, you're going to see his main actually almost pumping it upwind. You see the boom out. It's a reverse pump. He's letting it out fast. Yeah, bam. 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 Trim. Just super physical. Right, paid big time because of a shift and more wind. So these boats are coming around and jibing right away. Remember, we're trying to learn as much as we can and hardwire our brains to know what to do. But there was more wind, but more than anything, it was just a right shift. And so immediately jibe setting, unless you have a bunch of people jibing right on top of you. Then you would go this way a little, like the blue and light blue and yellow kite, and then you would jibe. Yeah, watch their jibs. Steer by the jib. See how that jib's staying out on this guy's boat? Oh, this is Carly Keating right here. Talked about her earlier. She's winning the series right now. Very good sailor. Just got second place at the Midwinter's East. Maybe won. I don't know. 160 boats. But jib stays out. See how the jib's not sucking? So she's not going dead downwind. Not going dead downwind. Very cautious to let the boat go below. Yeah, see how this jib's floating right in the middle on this blue, light blue kite? Kind of jib floating in the middle, they're more dead downwind. Bella and Kylie right here in 2, 4, 6, 8, like just out of the top 10. 8,900. 8910. Vanessa right here. Yeah. Bella's just gotta get the pull back. I forgot to tell her. She just still getting, you know, she's an asymmetrical kite girl. That's some wind. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 out of lots. Looks like only about 36 boats in this regatta. Yeah, look at her fly the kite. See that? Look at this. This kite's not got the pole back, so they're just sailing with a flopping kite. Gotta pull the pole back. Look at that. That's what it should look like. He's actually by the lead. He should be sailing higher than that. So we'll talk about that. Here we come. It looks like everybody's going to the other one. Shoot, I wanted to get some upwind. So she's going to be feathering the main a little and jib perfectly full. She might pinch for a little here just to gain height, and she's got the bang on. I can tell she's starting to get the bottom of the main flatter, so she's got the bang on. They're all still in their light air setting, so they're gonna have to put the bang on, and they're gonna have to feather the front of the main a little. Trapping right at the shrouds. Lured takedown, yes. Lured takedown, nice work. Nice. Excellent. It's a 29er that makes this fun for them, like, because the 420 is easy to sail. Like, they don't have any problems. Here's Ben and Will. Yeah.
Race Committee, boat number 1017 is retiring from this race.
Ben and Will, 1813. That's all right. Wasn't too bad. This is, I think, Ben's first 420 regatta since an injury last year. Shins, broken legs. Recovered incredibly well. Oh, Kevin and Holland getting on the outside. August and Sean right here. It's a tough lead, tight roundings. Look at that, dude. They have not lost a boat. If anything, they've gained. They're right up through the middle. The bang looks good. Even though she has a lot of twists like that, the bottom of her main is really flat. That's actually fast. That twist now. Now we've crossed the point of footing. That takes away weather helm. Oh, look at them go. I can't steady. That's 20 knots, man. Solid 20. Ben and Will. Rockin'. Oops. Truckin'. Yeah, black and white kite coming in. Top 15 right now. Just carrying the pole too far forward, that's all. Spinnaker does, you see all that elephant's ass in there, vibration? That's your indicator to square the pole a little, get a little more solid. Let's see how they do the takedown here. They should take down. They should take down. I don't really want to film this, but they should take down and do this last little sprint, no spinnaker. But it's a lot to know when you're a kid. Here come the Borellis in 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 9309. Who is that? That's gotta be one of our. Oh, don't flip. Main in. 9309. Main in. Oh boy, she's just gonna cross this finish. Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. She got 16, 17. That's incredible. Oh, Ben, nice. Ben and Will having a good race. Look at them. Yeah. Woo! Up on race 3, you can tell 1813's got bang on. You start finding the teams that are really good, and you start looking at the overbend wrinkles. I don't see anybody with any crazy amount of bang on. It must be a little more square line. 7682 is really good. He's got the bang pretty solid. Tiny overbend wrinkle. Yeah. So I'm trying to find a really good team. We should be looking at 7637. He's a little bigger, so he doesn't have to go as much bang as some of us. So he's a 280-pound team instead of a 250. 740. Yep, 767. Doesn't look like he's over banged down there. So no one seems to be banging too much. Van 181 feet looks like he's got the most bang of anybody. And I'm okay with that. The bottom of the main's flat and it opens the slot between the main and the jib. Which is really important in heavy wind because heavy wind drag is a big factor. I would be starting. Here's Zach. Zach's got his bang. He got a late start. She's got a height. She's got a height. When he goes down, he got a height. Yeah, he didn't height. Kevin and Holland, X flag only.
Say cell number again.
145. Good job. They're not going to go left this time.
Retiring.
Here's our youngest team, 7 traders. They got to let the main out. Jib's low. Got to let the main out. Yeah. Just got to let the main out and let the boat rip. Unfortunately, they didn't get a great lane. But these guys went left. They won the pin. Great start for race 2 and went left. And we had talked, I had told 145 to the right. Hey, look at them go. Yeah, see the bang? Perfect. Perfect bang. Super flat bottom. Spin off at the top. Drives you forward. Yeah, just rolling those guys. They could go an inch flatter if they could. Just try to practice in heavy wind sailing with neutral helm. And then during the race, it's hard to keep perfectly neutral helm, but when you got a lane like that, definitely can. They are just in foot mode. It's so good. Look at the leech of the jib is perfect. Just rolling those guys. Kevin and Holland don't have a lane, so they're having to survive here, but they're gonna roll those guys eventually. That's awesome. Those are 2 of the top 29 teams in the country. Loving these boats, and this isn't easy. There goes Kevin and Holland. No. Phil's a good sailor, man. She's kind of pinching and she's hanging. Yeah, this is more than 20, I think. I think it's a little bit more of a reaching game now when you...
Hi, do any coaches have an extra bailer?
Say cell number again.
Yeah, see how high they go?
I actually do have an extra bailer. I'm on the starboard lay line by the last boat. Where you are? So you gotta find me.
Race 3 leaders. Jib not in the middle, so that means they're staying a little high. Same thing with them. People are only shooting dead downwind once they catch a wave. They stay up on a little tiny bit of a broad reef. And Borellis are in right in their guy back. See, they just have a non-solid spinnaker. That means guy back. Every time it goes unsolid like that, you gotta pull the guy back. See that? That vibration through there is really slow. But I'm proud of them, man. This is big win. A year ago, they would have been flipping in this stuff. And here they are at about 17, 18, 19 again. 20. Still blowing. I think it got got up to 21 knots, and now it's about 18, 17, 16 at the line. 9307 gonna go for the pin. We know it's a speed thing now. Neither side really seems to be better. 9307 is in deep trouble. They are not gonna make that. They still have 30 seconds to go. They're not gonna make that. 763 already has an OCS. So we'll have a general recall here. 76 also already has an OCS. These guys gotta learn. The race committee has let people go every start, but it'll be a general recall for race 4. Look at our girls, 9310. Look at that. Really good. They've had a good day. 9309, 9306, good start. Brother. 9310 and 9306, brother, sister. Okay, general recall flags up. You might not be able to see it from here, but you always look back before you go. U flag just went down. Starting line has not changed. It stayed almost entirely right on the big, tall, kind of whitish tan building over there, the tall, skinny one. Those guys are pushing it at that end. These guys should be using this coach boat as a line sight. So these guys, 95, could see that, you know, this boat is way below the pin, so they're below the line. But this is a good approach. You can see they're going up, slowing down, and then they go down and speed up. Sorry, I'm trying to position here in. Film this hard. Oh, boats at the committee boat end are going to get called here. Really proud of our team, man. I think we have one OCS of anybody on our team. Yeah, one's gonna get it. Oh God. I didn't hear the signal. I did not hear the signal, so I don't know. Anyway, we're on some really challenging sport. Here's the 145 Borelli. And the wind has gone right and got much lighter. What, 11 knots now? More wind on the right. And now you're side swell. So on port tack, you're gonna see people have to bend way in like that and then go way out as they get on the other side of the swell. Yeah, your knees just get fried. Way out and then dive in, look at her. Way out, that's all caused by the swell. So it's a really hard sport because you have to change your style, techniques, and all kinds of things just in a matter of a race or two. Now there's side swell and starboard tack's gonna feel wonderful and port tack's gonna not feel wonderful. And race 4. We'll get 5 races in a day. The swells are almost behind you. But let's see if we can see her go sideways at the type of the swell. The swell launches you to leeward. I don't know if you know who I'm looking at there, but they look pretty stable now. But there'll be times where the swell just throws you towards Coronado, and you got to be careful not bearing off too much. But that looks good, ladies. I think you're in the top 10. Anything could happen from here, but I think these boats are way behind. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. So the Borellis are out there in about 15th. Here's Fenton in the top 20. So really, they've had a pretty rough day. They are 7th graders. So these are 7th graders, 9006 with the blue and yellow kite. They're 7th graders racing against sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And they have a pretty good, you know, understanding of that. But it's still hard when you're back in the bottom 5 in a race or something or 2. But good rebound ability to come back out. Oh man, the Borellis got stuck in light air out there somehow. Oh no, they're over there, thank God. So they are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, they're about 15th for Borellis. They tend to come back, gain a few. and you take a quick look at the leaders, they're not trapping, just starting to trap. So they usually, after the starts and after the gates, they usually come out in hike mode just to stay, you know, in good height mode. Then they go into trap mode a little. But you just take a look at that when you're coming downwind. When you're in trap mode, you point lower, so you just don't want to get really on a low lane. And you see how they trap right at the shrouds, straight in and out. Straight in and out. They're not leaning back at all. Leaning back puts the stern down in the water. Oh, these girls are good. This is their wheelhouse. This wind is their wheelhouse right here. Oscar, nice. Oscar and Bryn here in second, nice. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Benton and Steven there with the blue and yellow kite are going to be 10th, I think. That's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9th. Oscar 10th. Wow, Steven and Benton had a great second up win. These are these guys. 13-year-olds. Good job, dude. That is so good. Nice job, dude. Look at that.